Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube dog show, right in the middle of Limeland. Did I say that right? Yeah, Limeland. Woo! It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller. And now, a man who is creating an amusement park entitled Limeland. Wow, Limeland. That sounds like an interesting amusement park. Woo! He is the one and only Mr. Ellie Muller. Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? Yes! The theme song was composed by Dr. Memphis Piano. Our storyteller is Tori's Gaming Spot. And they are two of our Shoutout Spotlight winners tonight, along with E-Ram, the Drag Ball 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. RK Key, the Dreamy Lucario Fangirl, Nev 509, The Barkis, The Bobby McHenry Show, Bobby McHenry, The 11 Podcast, Late Night Playset, Vicky Gandhi, Luca Picapuki, Pierre Kelly, Pierre's Nostalgia Corner, Philip Gibson, Marvin Avaya, Dark Ball Studios, Cassie Dragon, Toby Dragon, Ord, and Eclipse Joe 108, The Legacy Hero. Please check all those people out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, count to 3, take a deep breath, and appreciate your lines, because it's time for us to find out what's up. What's up with limes? They are very green and zesty. By the way, zesty means tangy. You're welcome. Limes and lemons are very different from each other, of course. Limes are small and tangy, but lemons are big and sour. Yeah, you won't learn that from CBS or NBC, huh? And here's a news story that ABC actually threw away. The limes that you buy at a grocery store do not have seeds. Why? They're easier to get that way, and they're Persian limes. Wow. You know, I suddenly feel like a teacher. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another top 8 list. MP, Gregor, let's roll! You got it, boss, and the founder of Limeland. Search category, top 8 things that limes can't do. Number 8, sing. Number 7, tell jokes. Number 6, play ball. Number 5, play the piano. Number 4, dance. Number 3, snap. Number 2, walk. And number 1, have meaningful conversations with you. Wow, that was an interesting top 8 list. Yeah, would you say that was a line-tastic top 8 list? Yeah, I honestly would. All right, then let's move on. Thank you, boys. Thanks a lot. You know it's our hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Ellie Wolf Late Night, hashtag Ellie Wolf hashtag Spell Around, hashtag Autism is Awesome. Get those hashtags on social media, please. If you want to like this thing, subscribe to the bell channel, you can count the comment section down below. Whoever do, please, do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the in-between monologue, Tori story, come over for everyone, talking time, random advice, and this week's content of the week question. Remember, this is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your Spotlight.
Go, 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 go!
What you say? That you.
personal decision to try better live through television, but to make it right, I've gotta have Weeknight.
You're still fooling around with that other carpet company, aren't you? After all we've been through, after all my promises to you? Now the holidays are almost here, you need me. I can deliver next day, he can't. I give you till next spring to make a payment, he doesn't. And all the gifts I offer you, he'd never do that for you. I just don't know what you see in him. Call me, huh? Let's talk. After all, I'm your carpet guy.
You in a bad mood?
I just hate talking in the morning.
I'll let you shave.
No, stay.
You use Noxzema.
Yeah, Noxzema gives me a great shave. It does something to condition my skin.
Softens it.
Huh?
I can tell when you kiss me. Your face feels real smooth.
Well, I guess it's the moisturizers.
I hate talking in the morning, too.
Noxzema medicated shave cream. Share the softness.
Welcome back to the one and only Weeknight update. Oh yeah, buckle up because it's time for the in-between monologue. Here we go. As you know, we're talking about limes right now. Sure, they may be green, but they're also zesty. Yes, zesty is another word for tangy. Thanks for paying attention. Now, limes have a lot of vitamin C. And as you know, vitamin C can heal wounds, make your teeth and the rest of your mouth strong, and help you feel better. It looks like doctors and dentists love limes more than they love lemons now, huh? Here's an interesting fact for you. A lime has 20 calories. Wait, 20 calories? Is that why extreme dieters, bodybuilders, and supermodels love limes? I mean, that's just plain weird, huh? Now, limes can give you stomach ulcers if you're not careful. Of course, the supermodels, the bodybuilders, and the extreme dieters said goodbye to their stomachs ages ago, so it's too late for them. And finally, limes can lower your blood pressure. Of course, limes can also make you want to drink more water. Well, seeing as though limes taste zesty and sour, I'd say that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. And here's something else that will make a lot of sense. Tori's story. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Tori Mullins and welcome back to Tori's story for Ellie's show. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is all about limes. And here's the story. Lime and arsenic are some of the story's creepiest symbols. Lime is a white powder that's good at covering the smell of decomposing bodies. Ironically, it seems that the lime was sprinkled in vain. The smell of the rotting corpse of Homer Barron stopped wafting onto the neighborhood of its own accord, or maybe the town just got used to the smell. The lime is a symbol of a fruitless attempt to hide something embarrassing and creepy. it's also a symbol of the way the town in that generation did things. We lump it together with arsenic because they are both symbols of getting rid of something that smells, and in the case of a rose for Emily, it happens to be the very something. Remember what the druggist writes on Emily's packet of arsenic under the potion, under the poison sign for rats. Faulkner himself claims that Homer was probably not a nice guy. If Homer is planning to break a promise to marry Emily, she, in the southern tradition, would most probably have considered him a rat. The arsenic used to kill a stinky rat creates a foul stench which the townspeople want to get rid of with lime. We should also note that arsenic is a favorite fictional murder weapon due to its reputation for being odorless, colorless, and virtually undetectable by the victim. Director Franz Capra's 1944 film Arsenic and Old Lace is good example of this. The end. That's the story about limes. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the story. So, see you next time where I do the next story. Bye!
Thanks, Tori. That was incredible. That's right. Woo! Now, wasn't that an excellent story? Hey, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? I know what you're probably thinking. Why am I doing a show about limestone? A while ago, I did a show about lemons, and it got about a dozen or so views. That made me wonder if I should talk about limes on the show in the future. I mean, limes are just as acidic as lemons, and they might make this show a little more interesting. Also, I'm interested in doing an episode of this show about limes because I do think that they are fascinating. Well, after thinking about it for a while, I decided to do a show about limes. That's why you are listening to a few interesting things about limes right now. Now, let me tell you a few other things, all right? This show is not like any other late night talk show. This show will always be totally interesting and bizarre, and this show will never make anybody feel stressed out. What does that mean? That means that this show is the show that you should watch. Hey, you have nothing better to watch right now, and you have nothing better to do right now. So you might as well stay right there. Will you please stay right there? Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now let's keep the show going. It's talking time. Here we go. A lot of people are wondering if limes are healthier than lemons or vice versa. Well, let's go over some of the facts, shall we? According to Janelle Bobo, MSRD, some of the key differences per 100 grams of lemons or limes are that lemons do tend to have more vitamin C, and they also have slightly more folate, potassium, and vitamin B6. Depending on the limes and their sourcing, they might have a little more vitamin A, and they might be richer in some minerals. Very interesting. That's way beyond the obvious facts, such as the fact about limes being smaller than lemons and being tangier and stronger than lemons. Wow. And here's something else, all right? Your grocery store limes never have seeds. Why? Because they are called Persian limes. That's right. And biologically, plants producing fruit without seeds is called parthenocarpy, which is the ability to produce fruit without pollination. Well, that'll make the honeybees upset, huh? Yeah. Now, for Persian limes, this is because they are a cross between a key lime and a lemon, which are themselves hybrids of different citrus fruits. Wow! There are so many different citrus fruits in the world right now. Maybe I should talk about another citrus fruit in the not distant future. What do you think? Comment down below. Anyway, wow, I think that we have learned a lot tonight. But it's time for a segment called Random Advice, so here we go. Be careful when you are dealing with lines. If you make a big mistake, then the lines will make you scream. Never buy a rotten lime. Rotten limes will make you throw up. Limes are healthy, but they're also acidic, so be careful. Hey, acid reflux is not a joke, folks. And finally, please give limes a lot of respect. If you give limes respect, then limes will do amazing things for you. Think about it. Well, it's the beginning of another week, folks, and that means one thing and one thing only. That's right. It's time for us to go over this week's Count of the Week question. So, are you ready? Here we go. If you could make a gourmet meal with 2 limes, 3 tomatoes, 4 potatoes, a lot of sugar, and 5 cups of coffee, then what would you make and how would it taste? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. Tomorrow night, you and I will talk about tomatoes together. Wednesday, we'll talk about potatoes. Thursday, we'll talk about sugar. And Friday, we'll talk about coffee. That's right. Tori's Gaming Spot will be here all week. And Candy Bar Tunes, GD Cube, YouTube, aka GD Cube, Christian Freighties, and Miles Chaco will join the party on Friday. Hopefully, Ibrahim the Dragon Ball Level 2004 will be here too. Well, I'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Until then, that is the news, and I am Outskis 4x4.
I've made a personal decision to try better live through television, but to make it right, I've got